This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. What's good? What's good? What's good? How are you? How's everybody doing? What up? 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 This is that One Piece talk. My name is Larry.
Lawrence.
Sam.
And this is where we talk One Piece. Oh, this is that One Piece where we talk One Piece.
Don't mind Larry.
I'll never get it right, man.
As y'all can see, Larry's a little behind the eight ball today.
Yeah.
As it were.
Just a little bit. Yeah, we have no announcements today. If you mess with us, please like the video. If you aren't a member, please become a member of the channel. If you're not in our Discord, click the link in the description of this video. And if you want merch, it's in the description of this video as well. I can't say enough. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I know people are early today. If you're in a Discord, you know that I hurt myself snowboarding for Sebastian's birthday. Can't really move my left arm, so expect a lot of rights. So, you know, we got Lawrence over there with his hat on.
Yeah, Lawrence think he's too cool for the pod today.
He looks like that dude from Slaughterhouse. What's his name?
Royce the Fine Nine?
Yeah. And to Marv, he looks like DX.
I think he looks like Schoolboy Q, bro.
Yes, that's what I was
That's
talking
not
about.
Slaughterhouse.
That's
TDE, bro.
right? Yeah.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
Just wanted to play tech.
Nah, I just came back for the beach, so I still have my hat on.
Yeah, but yo, who's in the chat, Seb?
Yeah, we got a lot of people in the chat today. We got Void, KJ, Eagle Eye, Jose, Jaime, Peter Keenan, Onion, Ozzy Phenom, Light Skin Uchiha, AM, Kevin Salinas, Jordan, Oncraft, Jamie. Can you pull up Alex Jones' balls? What? Jamie, United States of Blurred. So many of y'all, man, for real. AT Shield? I see this. I hate Mew. There's so many in the chat, bro. I'm like, Asked Elm, Blonde Bricks, so many Aurora Noah, so many Trick, so many of y'all in here.
Yo,
man.
glad to see Trick, man. He didn't make the last episode.
Trick ducking smoke, man.
He ducking smoke.
He know.
He typing in the Discord right now. I just want to say thank you, everybody, for being here. Much appreciated. Before we get into the show, hey, Marv, can you hit that sponsor real quick, and then we'll be right back. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Have you been struggling lately? Maybe you're having trouble sleeping, difficulty with a relationship, or just struggling from low self-esteem. Listen, I've been there. We've been there. If so, then today's BetterHelp wants to help you. BetterHelp offers licensed therapists who are trained to listen and help you. Talk to your therapist in a private, online environment at your own convenience. There is a broad range of expertise in BetterHelp's 20,000 plus therapist network that gives you access to help that may not be available in your area. You just fill out a questionnaire, simple as that, to help assess your specific needs. And then you get matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. Then you schedule a secure video and phone sessions. Plus, you can exchange unlimited messages and everything you share is completely confidential. I happened to sign up at one point regarding my confidence issues. Next thing you know, my confidence issues are not issues anymore. I'm doing pretty well in that area. You can request a new therapist at no additional charge anytime. Join the 2 million plus people who have taken charge of their mental health with an experienced BetterHelp therapist. Special offer goes out to all that One Piece Talk listeners. You get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/TOPT. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/TOPT. Thanks again to BetterHelp for sponsoring this episode. What'd they say?
Yo, Blurred said he bets $100 Larry wouldn't take help from Marco to heal faster.
Yo, as much pain as I am in right now, I wouldn't.
He's like,
Hater,
No,
bro.
I'm joking. I would. I definitely would.
said, I want nothing
said,
from you.
Yo,
my guy."
I would,
He
bro.
would,
He
yeah.
said Larry need a new arm like kid.
New arm like kid.
Stop joking on
Trick,
me.
drive safe, bro. If you in traffic, drive safe.
Lawrence is wearing cargo shorts, by
Yes.
the way.
Lawrence is wearing cargo.
I just came from the beach and it's hot out, so I'm still wearing cargo shorts. All right.
All right, so let's get into this chapter, man. I hope everybody's excited because honestly, there's a couple things that I think we can talk about extensively about this. So let's get to it. One Piece chapter 1050 called Honor. We start with the cover story. So we have Reiju and Ichiji are the confirmed invaders of Whole Cake Island. They have come to save their siblings, Yonji and Niji. Are you guys disappointed with this confirmation of these two? And we'll start with Seb.
I'm still not calling this confirmation.
No?
What?
I'm
No?
still not calling
How can you
it
not call this
The
confirmation?
figures? Because they're here.
Listen,
Like, you know?
I know that it is. Deep down, I know that it basically is. But I'm holding out hope.
You're
Hope
holding out
against
hope?
Just like
Yeah?
I'm holding out hope against hope for another reason.
So you're not disappointed and you're not gradually excited.
I mean, I'm not going to be disappointed even if I'm wrong, because that was already like a shot in the dark kind of thing where I wanted the Blackbeard Pirates to show up.
Yeah.
Like, it's a cover story about the German kids. Like, obviously, Reiju and Ichiji were like the prime members, you know what I mean, to be the ones to do this. And I'm not even mad at that. Like, the fact that they came back to help their siblings, like, it's showing that they're learning from Sanji in a way that like they never did in the past. You know what I'm saying? Like they're changing who they are, and I like that. But no, I'm not disappointed. I like that they just pulled up and just started wrecking. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I know that you have to do that in the cover stories to like get instant action, but like even Ichiji like kicked this dude. I forgot his name, but he seemed like he was one of the stronger Big Mom like siblings. I mean,
He's like an officer.
yeah, and like yoked up the little girl. Like I was like, okay, bro, like just set it off, bro. You got a Yonji in the back, like you know what I'm saying. I thought it was cool, but
All right. What about you, Love?
Now, I wasn't disappointed at all because I kind of saw this. Like, I know people... Huh? Like, pretty much, I know people were talking about that the Blackbeard Pirates might come or anything. Mm-hmm. But to me, it's like I didn't really see a real reason for why they would come.
Yeah.
You know? Like, because I always thought they would target Sabo and everything and what was going on, or the revolutionaries because of that opening. But... to me, it makes more sense for them to come too. I don't know if it's just them. That's my real question. Because I already kind of had in mind that they were coming. But, like, because to take on, in a way, it's not the full army of the Whitebeard Pirates. Mm. But this is her home base, you know? So this is just...
say Whitebeard Pirates.
Did I?
Yeah, he did say Whitebeard Pirates.
I thought
Big Mom
I
Pirates.
thought I said Big Mom Pirates.
No, you said
You said
Whitebeard.
Whitebeard.
Oh, my bad.
Good,
my
bro.
bad. Yeah, the Big Mom Pirates. Even if I was, like, taking it all on just them two on a rescue mission... like, that's a lot. I know they're supposed to be enhanced and everything, but these are supposed to be veterans, experienced on a Yonko's crew, right? And this is their home base.
Yeah.
But it's impressive to them to be able to do it. To me, I always kind of felt like they all had a good relationship. Yeah, the only one that was hated was Sanji. I understand they don't really care about, like, people. They don't have any emotions, but I always kind of felt like they all kind of got along, you know? So I kind of felt like, to me, the real change for them, if they went to go save Sanji was in a pinch. You know, which I doubt that would happen. But to me, that would be a true test of, like, if they really took something from Sanji, is they went to go help him out. Because Sanji went to go help them out, you know? To return that favor would show, like, that Sanji rubbed off on them at least a little bit. Because I always
You
kind
don't
of
think
feel
this does that?
well, only because I kind of feel like they all kind of got along. Like, for example, I don't know if did they treat each other ill, like, especially not, obviously, Sanji's case, but did they treat each other ill as they did with Sanji? No, they were kind of like... they didn't really prank each other. They kind of just like ran with each other. Like, we're doing this together.
They
you know?
didn't, but they were highlighted as like they're the elite soldiers.
Yeah.
Like they're the ultimate soldiers with like no emotions, no nothing. So it's like they wouldn't even have attachment to one another if one of them was dying. Like that was the point, right? Yeah, like that was the point. Like even if Yonji got captured and was killed, it's like, well, he wasn't strong enough then. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But like now they're actively going out and helping one another.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean,
But because
that was my take.
I know I see that, and I don't disagree. Like I didn't see that as well, but I think also too is like how you could also view it is like because they're all supposed to be part of the same class in a way. Mm-hmm. That if one gets taken out like this, That's our mark on all of you. You know, it's like we're the elite soldiers. They got 2 of us, and we didn't do anything about it. Like that could be like their reputation. Like you're not so elite. You're supposed to be this drama famous group, but we're able to take you down easily. And 2 of your officers, not just 1, 2. You know, and you guys were able to do nothing about it.
Well, Big Mom was the one that.
Yeah, I know that is true, but they didn't. The retaliation also sends a message. You know, not retaliate. So, but yeah.
Yeah, I just think it's weird. I don't know how you can genetically modify somebody and then they break through their genetics and start learning something because of somebody else that they experienced. I feel like the cover story just doesn't make sense to me. I don't think that the siblings themselves, besides Reiju, would have the ability to think of saving someone else unless it's purely because they lost attack power. We need to get those people back because we lost our arsenal of what makes us strong. And these 2 people happen to make up a large majority of our arsenal. So we need them.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I would see them coming back, but I don't think they learned anything from Sanji. The confirmation of it being Reiju and Ichiji kind of makes the cover story seem boring. I would have liked to have some inclusion of either Crocodile with Mr. One or having Blackbeard come up, which I think was probably the best move. And I don't know, man. Jesus, guys, thank you. And I think that it really makes me feel like maybe I'm expecting too much of like craziness that would make the story better to me. And just Wano now, you know? Like I think we've been wrong a couple times on things that would have made Wano seem like really good. Yeah. And then we're doing it with the cover story too. And I'm like, I think we're like setting ourselves up for failure in a way. So I think I need to stop doing that in order to start enjoying like even cover stories like this.
Okay.
But what were the super chats?
Yeah, we got a super chat from Captain J Subs. It's a $5 super chat. It
Hey
says,
man, thank you, Jay.
You're not gonna like what he said. He said we should all inspire to be like Bucky.
All right, so refund your $5.
And then I agree with him though. Bucky be doing the bare minimum, but succeeding.
Bro. Go ahead,
You gotta
bro.
speak on the super chats, bro.
Yeah, we don't need to speak on that one.
And Willis Townsend sent $9 in euros. It says, I have a pretty good Luffy X Garp theory if you want to hear some of that.
Yes, please put that either in the Discord or call at the end of the show.
Now, when you say Luffy X Garp, what we talking?
All right, bro.
Yo,
so we're gonna go to the next one,
emojis
bro.
attached to this got me thinking that, though. You
I
get what
hope
I'm
not.
saying?
Let's not go there.
We're going to go to the next question.
Well, yeah, post it in the Discord or put it in the chat. It's fine.
But I just want to say one thing. What about the whole human? They're still human, like for them.
they're just augmented, bro.
Yeah.
Like you can.
But they're augmented before even birth happened.
True.
Like they are built this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, no,
You know what I'm saying?
True.
You can do whatever you want.
All right.
Really.
So to start the chapter off, we're shown Kaido has been knocked down into the bottom of Wano into magma. Luffy's falling, and Yamato catches him with a smile. It's announced that the winner formally is Kaido. Momonosuke's still passed out. What are your thoughts on this? Law.
In all honesty, so I'm trying to go back and forth because with it about Kaido, because I'm thinking he transformed into his base force, and I'm trying to think, did Luffy knock him out of that? Because I'm thinking like Kaido was still up. Because at first, when I first read it, I was thinking, all right, he got knocked into it, and then this is how Oda is showing it. He got knocked into magma, so that took out Kaido, right? Mm-hmm. But then I'm looking at it, I was like, yo, is he knocked out? Like, did Luffy knock him out of his Dragon Form where Kaido just sleep in his magma? Mm-hmm. You know? Because that changes it. Because that takes away where, like, as in, I'm not saying either way you can look at it, you could take away from Luffy, or he couldn't defeat Kaido, he just knocked him to magma, and the magma killed him. That ended the fight. Or you could look at it as, nah, Luffy knocked him out, put him to sleep, and then he fell in magma. So either way, Luffy won. Mm-hmm. You know? But, like, in that instance, like, showing it, like, and also, too, I was like, this is my fault, because I was when was this volcano here? But then I look back, it's always been there. I just know I haven't been paying attention to it. But to me, I was like,
Well, we've been in Wano for like 2 years now.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
But when I saw it, I was like, where did this come from? Like, where was there a volcano?
They haven't like highlighted it much, but every
Yeah.
time they show the flower capital,
It's right there. It's
Yeah.
right there. I had to go back to it because I was like, I got to piece this together because this is not making sense to me. When so apparently, reading that, it looks like Big Mom and Kaido, like
We
in the
ain't
magma.
get there yet, though.
Yeah,
Okay.
we ain't get there yet, man.
Okay.
So I'm going forward.
But we see them. I mean, anyway, I get what you mean, but they show the pictures. But anyway, yeah. So then we see. Where'd you leave off?
Just that page where Yamato catches Luffy and says like, "Great job" to Momo and
Yeah.
that they're incredible or whatever.
Yeah. So pretty much. And does Momo catch? I mean, Yamato, and then we didn't get the full climax that we wanted with the Onigashima because like it's put down right when it looks like Yamato caught Luffy. Onigashima lands, you know? Onigashima, dang it. Sorry, guys. Onigashima lands, you know? So, but, I mean, we'll see further on how it goes on, but that's all I want to say about that for now.
All right. What about you, Seb?
I mean, not much different from how I've already felt. You know, I think Kaido gets up. I probably think Big Mom gets up too, but
We're not there yet, bro.
in general, but that was the
man.
feeling that I got when I saw this. Like, because Lawrence was speaking on Kaido potentially being knocked out
Yeah.
and reverting into the form, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll say I did like how it looked, where Kaido like was transforming and like bashed into like the lava.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that looked cool. And then them saying the winner, you know,
Oh, it's magma, by the way. Magma's in the inside of a volcano.
Yeah,
Lava's on the
magma.
outside.
Magma's hotter
so
than lava.
is it
So
kind
did you
of
not
magma
go
or
to-
lava?
Kaido's magma.
This is one of those things that just doesn't matter in life. You know what I mean? Like it just don't.
No, but magma is hotter than lava.
It just
though.
don't.
They're just 2
It
degrees.
just,
They're like,
it just don't matter to
Okay.
me.
Go ahead, bro.
And probably never will.
magma.
But anyway, the
Basic
magma.
science, but whatever.
My fault. Okay. What did you gain, yo? What did we gain? How you using
Go
that?
ahead,
Anyways, the magma that Kaido was in or whatever. I
Oh,
thought it was
Kaido
cool.
would be magma, by the way. But go ahead.
How? He's not in a volcano.
That's his fruit.
That's it.
Not even gonna
ahead,
try
though.
to make that make sense. But constantly walking on the inside of a volcano, I guess. I thought it was a dope moment with Yamato catching him.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. Like Luffy put in mad work for him to just be hitting the ground. Like I like that she caught him.
No, you should hit the ground like Kaido.
But other than that, you know, it was
He's
just,
rubber. Not like
it
you
was
would have hurt
cool.
him.
It was cool. I didn't have much from here.
All right. I thought it was nice, too. I like the fact that Yamato was able to catch Luffy from falling to the ground, which probably didn't need to because he's made out of rubber.
Yeah.
But she doesn't know that, right?
She knows that.
Yeah.
I mean, she does, but she's probably like, that probably would still hurt. I don't know. But anyway, I do not like the fact that Kaido got knocked into the magma. Just because everybody else that Luffy has defeated has always ended in some climatic way of breaking through something. Mm-hmm. And you can't really break through magma unless the breaking through is the island of the flower capital. And then he goes into the magma. It doesn't look as epic as like that one panel that Dofi was rocked into, you know? Like we saw like the plates of the island like sideways, like if Whitebeard did his move. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was cool. But overall, I didn't think much of this. It's going to look cool to see Kaido passed out, because that's what I think he is. I think he's knocked out for right now, and he changed from his dragon form to his human form. And that just, you know, clarifies, like, since the island's not lifted up anymore, he's knocked out for sure. So I didn't have too many thoughts about it. There's more thoughts at the end of the chapter, though.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so let's move on. Next, we move to Tengu and Toko. This took a lot of the actual chapter. I think like 3 to 4 pages.
It was 4 pages.
And there was like a double spread.
Yeah.
She overhears stories of her father, Yasui, and Tengu confirms that, quotations, if he had not done what he did when he did it all the lights of hope we'd built would have gone out. Then Toko writes, thank you on a sky lantern to her father, Yasui. I wanted to ask you guys what you thought about that quote regarding the lights of hope would have been wiped out. Because that was basically in bold. And usually when something's in bold by Oda, it signifies something.
Yeah, that is true.
So I mean, my thought on this whole scene was just I like any mention that we get of Yasui because I thought he was a dope character. I did like, and I know that we got a bit of a retcon with his whole like whether he ate the fruit or not.
Yeah.
Or not because I remember the memory card said that he didn't eat it and he was just acting like he did.
Yeah.
And then this was seeming like as if he actually did. So it's like, which is, but. In general, I just like the scene. The Lights of Hope I didn't focus on too much until you brought it up just now. I was like, yeah, they bolded it, but I thought they were just talking about like the lanterns.
Yeah.
In general, like I didn't think it was like a deeper meaning. I mean, it is, but I didn't think too deeply when I read it. I like that as a callback to that in general. Like his sacrifice did allow all this to happen still.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't have happened if he didn't, sacrifice his life. Because we talk about how like nobody died on Onigashima, but like this person who was very real and very much in Wano and connected to the people did die, like before we even got to Onigashima. So like I'm not saying that makes up for the fact that we didn't get deaths. I'm just saying that's why I liked Yasue's death because like the dude died for real, like actually made a sacrifice and was trying to do this and he just seemed like a dope character. So I loved anytime we get a reference to him. Toko is low-key one of my favorite characters in Wano just because she's always smiling the way she is, even though she's going through like the most grimy stuff. And that whole scene, this whole scene was just great to me. Like, I didn't care too much about this chapter as a whole, but this scene was great to me. But
what about you, Lo?
So the thing with Sebastian, I didn't focus on it too much until you said it, but thinking about it, it made me think of like how much of an impact that Yasui had on Wano. Right? Like, because he wasn't the only daimyo. There was a bunch of them. There was like what, 12? I forgot how many.
It was 5.
5, right? But he's the one that showed that they had like everyone loved him. Everyone knew him. So he must have been doing a lot for Wano before even Orochi took power. Because we saw he was like not really a mentor figure to Odin,
yeah,
but
he put Odin on and was giving him money and stuff.
Like, he taught them all how to be manners, how to be like the scalbards, how to be noble shields or scalbards for Odin. So Yasuo's the one that trained all the scalbards to do that. So it showed that he invested himself in Wano, and it reflected in that. So then the whole time, too, where I'm going by with the Lights of Hope, because after a while, Orochi and everyone thought he was dead, you know? So, like, but behind the scenes, he still
was that light of hope for
Wano while still doing something in a way for Wano's benefit. So then now him coming to light saying that it was me, taking the stuff that he did do and the stuff that he didn't do as the blame for opening it up for the scabbards, showing that like how he pushed things forward for all this to happen. Yeah. So that's what that light of hope is, like what he did in the past, but also what he did during all those 20 years, even everyone believing that he's dead, and then now his last moment of death, what he sacrificed. Yeah. You know, he sacrificed his life because he took the blame on a lot of things. That it was me. And also, sometimes he was really doing stuff that he wasn't. So this would have showed like that, like how much, like I didn't really focus on how much he actually impacted Wano, because I think out of all the dominoes, again, he was the most one spoken about.
He's the most longest too.
Lived the longest. They all loved him, you know? So like that one, like it held it, because everyone was crying when they found that he's still alive and that he was dying. You saw the effect that it had on them, and it may actually motivate them to like, no, we're fighting tonight. Like, you know, like pretty much we're gonna respond to the call that Odin's leftover scalbards did. That the moon, the crescent, we're responding to it. And that was, Yasui pushed that forward.
Yeah.
And Toko acknowledging his sacrifice by saying thank you instead of like I want to see you.
Yeah.
Like I just thought that was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good too. The only reason I asked you that is because, you know how I said, when Oda boldens these words, usually they mean something. Mm-hmm. And the first thing that I saw when I saw that bolded up, I said, okay, so what it makes me think of is what the Gorosei said to him. Mm-hmm. Which light should we extinguish now? Mm-hmm. And I think that's starting to revolve within the story about these certain lights, right? Because I've been working on like a Joy Boy theory, which is like a Joy Boy graveyard theory, which was announced by some random person, and then I looked into it and I did a lot of research, and it's almost done. But it just brought back that feeling that there's certain people in certain countries, or depending on the scale of the story, that are going to be lights for change, mm-hmm. which is a very Joy Boy characteristic, where, you know, Joy Boy is the one who brings great change to the world, or helps guide that change to the world. And Yasui isn't a Joy Boy candidate, but he happens to be a light of a lower scale for Wano. In this sense, it's kind of weird the way that Oda has worded these things regarding what the girl said to him and what we just heard from Tengu. And I thought that was super interesting. So I don't have much to comment or anything else to bring forth to be like, this is even more interesting than it is. But I will say that there is some similarity of story structure that's being done by Oda at a smaller scale, which he's probably testing for a bigger scale. So I thought that was cool.
No, that's a really good point, and it's interesting. Like I didn't think about it that way, but we seen like because Oda does that. Like for example, what the world government does, but then you see Doflamingo mimic the government style doing that with Dressrosa.
Yeah.
You know, and like you said, snuffing out lights. Anything that's going to go against what your order of things, your arrangement of how you're trying to rule, you're going to want to snuff out that light because it's not a change that you want that's going to benefit your purpose, your goal, your dream, whatever. Yeah. So, and
it brings up like the romance dawn part of the aspect of the story, right? Like Luffy's supposed to be this great light, which is why he's sun god Nika. Yeah. And then we have Blackbeard with this darkness. Well, in a sense, Wano has been in darkness for 20 years. And Yasui was sort of this light that brought forth even more light to the country. So if we go back to what the girls say regarding Im, and then Im had these 5 lights that needed to be extinguished, that would only prove that, you know, people can be these lights. They have individual characteristics that are similar to each other. Didn't Yasui died with a smile on his face too? But we don't know if he's a D member.
He did, but now we know he ate the smile. But
like,
I mean, he seemed to me like he was smiling beyond that. It was like, what I'm doing is going to be beneficial.
Yeah, Odin could have been a light.
Like
you know what I'm saying?
Like he knew Kinemon was back. Like he was like, yo, they're back. Like it's happening. And if I have to die for this, I'm with it. We did get a $5 super chat from Lucas Nunez.
Oh, thank you, Lucas.
It says keep it up. It's like a workout emoji. Larry can't do the 2 pumps.
I can't.
Now, man. So thank you so much.
I think we should put that into our memory banks of what Tengu said, because I think that's gonna come up later as important. Lights of hope, man. Basically.
Note that down, people.
Nekomamushi announces to everyone that Luffy has beaten Kaido and that they have defeated 2 Yonkos. Everyone's cheering from the victory. Frankie yells out to Chopper that Zoro isn't waking up. Then we see Momonosuke talking to Zunisha. He tells Zunisha that he will not be opening Wano up yet. This is big. What does this entail for the future of Wano and the story of One Piece? Lawrence.
It is big because for a while now, since this is like you could say a 20 long question or decision that's been waiting.
20 years,
20 years, maybe even plus.
Longer than that.
Yeah.
Really?
About should Wano be opened up. And now and it's funny too, because we were all thinking, all right, it's going to be open after all this. But Momo just be like, I think it's best if we don't right now. Not yet. Like, he's probably thinking about Wano needs to repair itself before it opens up, because, like you said, Wano's closed off, and then we had someone outside, Kaido. You know, and look what he did. Yes, you have others from outside, like Luffy and others to help, but it's like right now, Wano needs to rebuild itself on its own. That's what, I don't know what Momo's thinking, but that's what it could be. Like, for example, Wano needs to, and also he needs to form that, because it's like they've been through so much, maybe they just need to come together as a group to go strong and then invite that out. So, and pretty much we said Neki announcing it. I want to kind of talk about
Neki?
Neko announcing it. I want to go touch on a little of that after one section, so I'll touch on that later. And what was before that? So yeah, I'll stop for now. But
yeah. I mean, I didn't know what to make of Momo saying that he's not going to open the borders up. I mean, I was trying to think about it just when I read the chapter, like, why is he having this hesitation? And I'm like, I mean, I get it. He's still young, and, like, look at what they just went through because a random pirate like Kaido showed up. But, like you just saw, like, Luffy's going to help out. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't know what his viewpoint is, what his perspective is.
Yeah.
If it's okay, we have to get Wano to a point where like we're ready to do that. Like I think that's what he's saying. But like, what does that imply? What does that entail? How long is that? You know what I mean? Because obviously the borders of Wano need to be opened up for the end of the story. Sorry, you know what I'm saying? Like they're supposed to be opened up in preparation for Joy Boy. Joy Boy's here. So it's like, yo, I'm here, bro. I'm knocking on the door. The borders ain't open. So I don't know where we're going with that. Like that's supposed to be a plot point that's going in the opposite direction, and like in the middle of the climax, it's going in a different direction. So I'm like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? Whatever. As far as Neko and Mushi's telling them that like they beat Kaido and like you get what I mean by how that just seems weird.
Yeah.
Like they didn't have to tell anybody that they defeated Doflamingo. You get me? Like it's like, yo, by the way,
But that's
we
what they-
beat Kaido. Like, nah, yo. They should have seen that. They should see Kaido lose. Like, I get it. It's weird to me, bro. I did like this little panels of all them celebrating them winning, though. I thought that was kind of cool. But
yeah, that's what I'm
it's
saying.
just a weird vibe for
It
me
is,
to
but I
hear that, bro.
They just like going along with the theme because all the things were being announced, you know. So they kind of kept with that.
And I'm fine with that. But a lot of the announcements, like you can stick with that theme of things being announced, and that's fine. But like, if we really ended it with it not being seen and like we announcing it to y'all because like it's like he had to ask too, yo, that's right. Is that right?
I know, that's
like, what do you mean?
No, I feel you.
It just feels weird to me. Like it just feels weird. Maybe I'm focusing on the wrong thing here, but it just feels weird. That like, yo, oh snap, we beat 2 Yakos. Like, what? No, you didn't. No, you didn't. But I thought it was cool. Like, even Apu's reaction, Straw Hat beat Kaido, what? Like, come on.
He's like, I just one-shot him. Like,
And if I was Zunisha, bro, open them borders up. What are you talking about? I didn't just come over here so you could be indecisive, bro. Also, shout out to my boy Marco chilling in the cut. No injuries. You already know, Marv. Yeah. Bird gang.
I hate you, man.
Had to do it.
I'm pretty confused on the not opening Wano part. I get that they're gonna have to rebuild and figure out the Shogun situation and rebuild the culture, but we don't have enough story for that. Like, we're gonna have a time skip in order for that to happen, right? Like, that doesn't just get fixed in a week. That's like, and then like Momo has to also learn what it means to be Shogun. So he has the scabbards by his side, and they have experience because of Odin. But at the same time, it's like you haven't been with most of the scabbards for more than like what, a couple hours. So it's like, what are we doing at this point? Like, he has to gain the trust more or less of the people, because even when he turned into his dragon form, they all thought he was Kaido. So open up Wano does seem like it shouldn't happen right now, but when does it happen is the bigger question. And like Sebastian said, like Joy Boy is the one that's supposed to knock on the doors for them to open it. Well, technically he's already inside. So maybe Joy Boy was never supposed to knock on the doors. Maybe he was supposed to help open the doors because he was already there. Which is also an interesting thought because it's a play on the story itself. Neko Mamushi announcing that 2 Yonkos are defeated just really put a bad taste in my mouth. Just because I'm just like, man, this seems so whack. Like, just from a story standpoint, like, this is weird. Like, I don't want to see this. I don't want Neko telling me that they won. Like, we just heard. So, for example, when they were fighting, right, Luffy and Kaido, how many times was it announced that Kaido won through like the speakerphone from the cat chick with the
at least twice.
Yeah, it was, right.
At least twice.
This is another form of just that happening, but with Luffy. So, is that really satisfying? To me, it isn't.
I mean, but she was wrong.
She was wrong.
I'm gonna be satisfied if Neko was wrong.
They didn't.
You feel me?
So there's not much to say on that, but I will say I like the fact that Momonosuke is able to use the voice of all things at his free will. Now he can just do it. Before he couldn't, but now he could do it without having a headache. So it shows that Momo has gotten stronger, and I know people are gonna overlook that part because it's very quick and subtle, but he's stronger. So, what were you gonna say, Lon?
I was like, do you think it might be because he's still in his older form?
No, I just think that he's been using it nonstop.
He had to use it with Zunichi. He had multiple times. He had to use it with Luffy.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's just been using it.
Yeah, he's been using it. Next question. So next there's an earthquake. Big Mom and Kaido are together in the magma, seemingly dead or defeated. Luffy is then declared the winner after the volcano erupts. Momonosuke flies to the fire festival, and everyone is scared because they think he's Kaido, but he tells them he's not. Momonosuke then turns into his human form, and we don't get to see him, but the scabbards seem to appear out of the smoke, and Hiyori is the first to be shown, and everyone previously thought she was dead. Then Denjiro announces he brought the new shogun of Wano. What do you guys think about all of this? Seb?
All right, so I'll try to keep this quick because we gotta get the call soon. I did actually like that panel of Big Mom and Kaido in the magma. Mm-hmm. Like it just seems so like ominous. Like,
it does.
Like to me, like they get up, and I know that sounds wild considering how much we've gone through, and like they're like chilling in magma like that. Yeah. But like, and I said this on the Discord, right, about Mount Fuji, right, being Chekhov's gun. Like, if you have a giant volcano in the background of anything, it's like that you have to have it come into play at some point, right? Like, it's right next to the flower capital where everybody's about to be. Yeah. And, like, Kaido and Big Mom, the two biggest bads in the world, are lying in its magma. Like, oh, it's from Par. Yeah. Oh, Par was in the chat. I forgot to say it earlier. I got to read that. Anyway, so, like, I've already said it before, like, by the end of Wano, there needs to be three main figures of Wano. It's the outside protector in Luffy, the new potential shogun in Momo, and the guardian deity in Yamato, right? Mm-hmm. Like, whether she joins, whether what, the people of Wano should see the three of them in that light. So I've always been saying, like, on the Discord that I think the volcano erupts, like, Kaido's awakening or whatever happens will cause it to erupt, where Yamato has to use her ice powers and protect the people from that. I think he's going to rise Onigashima again, using the flame clouds, because Par and Mord pointed out to me that Luffy didn't knock Kaido out to distinguish the flame clouds. Mm-hmm. The water from Zunisha did. Yeah. So it's like Kaido can just rise them again because he can just cover it again, you know what I mean, if he's conscious enough. So like Momo could still do the holding up of the island, and then Luffy has to fight Kaido again. I don't know how we get all that, but I just feel like this setup allows for that. Yeah. Big Mom 2, I just don't know how she plays into this, because I've always figured it would be Luffy Kaido. I just don't know how Big Mom plays in. Maybe it's a three-way battle, whatever. But I did like the explosion though. Yeah. Like, it looks cool. Like, it looked super dope.
It's a good art.
It's like really good art, and like if you want us to think that they're dead, like that's a way to do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, we killed Tiyako because they blew up in a volcanic explosion under a volcano. Like, that's dope. Momo coming out and telling the people that, like, don't worry about it. Like, I thought that was cool, but it's like weird too, because it's like Momo should have a moment with them first. Yeah. You know what I mean? Before, like, they lean on him for that. You know, like, he should have like a huge moment. But I just pointed out, I think it's coming. And then I did like the scabbards, like, being in the shadows like that. I thought that was cool. And the Komurasaki / Hiyori coming out, like, do y'all think that he's saying that she's gonna be the shogun, or do you think he's saying Momo?
It looks like she's saying she.
Because because there's a panel earlier in this chapter, I don't remember what page it is, where like he like she's in the distance, like in the foreground, but she's silhouetted, and like he's like, I have to make it like, you know what I mean? He's making like a stronger face, and I'm like, yo, maybe he's about to tell them that this woman is the new shogun, and I'm with it. I'm with it. I don't know that it's gonna be that, but I'm kind of with it. But like, what do you think, Lauren?
Okay, so I know we don't have a lot of time, so I wanted to cover like what I was gonna say earlier about them announcing it, right? And then we see them in the magma. Honestly, it looks like they're dead. It looks like their body is kind of deteriorating already in the magma. I would hope not, but that's what it looks. Someone could take it that way. And then, like you said, the explosion, that could be a way to like, they're just finishing off two Yonkos with this crazy in magma, and then they exploding on their bodies, right? And then we hear them announcing it. I thought of two things could happen, right? Them exploding, right, out of it, and then landing, and then seeing the result of the two defeat, right? So now they announce it, so now you see it explodes, and then they hit the ground, boom, the bodies of the two Yonko, right? Mm-hmm. So because I think, like you said, it would be more impactful, right, if they see Kaido, the dragon has been luring above them, come crashing down, and then they see the body, and then they announce it. But Oda didn't do it that way. Yeah. He announced it first. But them seeing the result of, no, we really took out 2 Yonkos, right? That would, that's more impactful. But the other one is, because what I wanted to happen, because, like, Kaido maybe realizing that Luffy's Joy Boy, right? In this fight and what he said earlier about, and then it's going back, and it's tying into, like, you couldn't be Joy Boy either. And then I'm thinking, the only one that can defeat me is Joy Boy. This dude might be it. And then him getting out. So what I would like to happen, since he's already in the volcano now, so what I wanted to happen was Kaido realizing that Luffy is Joy Boy, right? That fueling Kaido. Oh, let's go. I've been waiting for this. And then with that knowledge of him becoming Joy Boy, he awakens his dragon form. Like, you got to earn this right to beat me. You're Joy Boy now? He said the only person that he believes is going to beat me is Joy Boy. I found this out. Now I'm going to end the fight of my life.
You don't have to earn it, dog.
Yeah, exactly. So then he goes all out going and awakening. That's what I would like to him with that knowledge that Luffy's Joy Boy. So now with the situation, what I wanted, but like if he's already in the volcano, 2 ways. He either comes out and he's like defeated, like they see the body, like him and Momo, or he comes out to the volcano. It's just like, all right, I was stuck in there, but you shot me out. Like the volcano shot him out. I'm going to awaken him. I'm fighting Luffy. Like, let's go. He's Joy Boy. You know, so that could happen too, right? So that's what I wanted to say on that aspect. And Simmons was about to say, well, like, I'm not Kaido, because even the way he came up, he even rolled up the way Kaido does. Yeah. So it's like yeah, Kaido's picked now. I don't know, like pretty much, but it's like so that trauma is like showing that now anyway, because now it replaced the dragon, Kaido's dragon with Momo's dragon, but this one is one that's gonna live for you and not try to put you in suppression. And going back to what you said, it looked the way he was saying it looks like he was saying Iori was the Shogun. But also I want to add, before I give it to Larry, honestly, from what I read it looks like we got confirmation about Yamato's status. In the translation I read before this, it said in bold letters, like it said, the lights are general, right? But now in the new one, like the updated one, the real translation, the most accurate one, it says our leader. To me, this is confirmation that Yamato's staying. Like, she's going to be with Momo, like wherever he goes. Either I'm not saying he's on terms, but I'm thinking she pledged her allegiance to who? Our Momo, general, our leader, to Momo. So she's going to stay in Wano with Momo. You know, so pretty much I want to say because the other
mad when you said that, I thought you were talking about her gender.
What?
You said it.
Confirmation.
I was like, no. What are you talking about?
No.
Which page do you see that?
On the bottom.
It's when
right after like Momo says not opening the borders yet, where he says you come after defeating thing. Yamato says our leader. But another translation said our general, but it's no accurate. So either way, to me, like that's pledging allegiance to who her.
And what she pointed out to was specifically what Momo did.
Yeah.
Like Onigashima would have smashed into the ground if not for our leader. Luffy was about to smash him into the ground, so he wasn't talking about him.
Yeah.
But yeah,
what's going on there?
All right, so there's a couple things, right? Here's one of those other expectations that we have regarding who we're talking about. This is where the plot intersects with what Oda has built up, and he's missing the landing. So for one, why people should know that Kaido isn't dead. Because Big Mom went into the magma first for a while longer, and she's still there.
Okay, that's true.
All right. So what I tried to bring up in the Discord was that when these Conqueror users happen to be unconscious, they're still able to emit some type of haki. So if we're talking about elements that aren't fused with haki because they don't have a will of their own to an extent, then I don't see why the Yonko, especially Big Mom and Kaido, would be affected by magma. Now, I get it. It's supposed to be damaging them because they're still human at the end of the day. But we're talking about abnormal humans.
Right.
We're talking about Big Mom, who has steel skin, which you can't pierce.
That's true.
Right? And we're talking about Kaido, who's basically indestructible. So if there's 2 Yonkos or 2 people in the entirety of the show that you expect to live through magma, it has to be Big Mom and Kaido. Even Whitebeard, right? Yeah. You have to expect that. So when I look at this and I see that there's an underground volcano, in my mind I say to make Wano better, they get back up. Straight up. Wano shouldn't go on for much longer, but it would be an upset and make the Yonko seem like not impossible. Like, we're supposed to think that they're so immensely powerful that they are monsters in comparison to everybody else. We should think that. But that's our expectation because Oda set us up this way. He made us think that they were unbeatable, which they're supposed to be to an extent if you can beat them. But if Luffy just knocks Kaido out and then he dies to Magma, if Big Mom versus 2 Devil Fruit users and not Hockey Masters dies in Magma, are they really monsters, or did Oda just play a game with our minds to think that they're monsters? Is that satisfying? And I know some people in Discord are like, yeah, they accept that.
That's fair.
And that's fair. That's what art is. You know, art is what your digestion of what you're seeing is, and does it satisfy you? To me, this is not satisfying. It's not consistent with everything that the New World has been about.
Right.
If we look at characters' backstories, they've gotten shorter. If we look at their defeats, they've gotten worse. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, yeah, 2 of the Yonkos that I've been dying to see since what? Thriller Bark? You're right, yo. Kaido and Big Mom were mentioned during Thriller Bark. And now I'm seeing them go out the way they're going out. To somebody that didn't even master their God Fruit? Okay, bro. I just can't be satisfied with Wano. And I think when I tell you that Wano is not top 3 for me, man, it's not top 5 either. It's just not hitting the points that it should be hitting. But yeah, that's all I have to say.
You gotta see how it ends. We did get a super chat from Par Vision. We got a $10.50 super
Thank you,
chat
Par.
from our boy Par. If y'all don't already, please go follow Par Vision. He is amazing on YouTube. But he says, biggest problem, the fight ends with a literal volcanic eruption. That's not really the setup for a peaceful ending. Something wild is about to happen. Par, I agree with you 100%. The doorbells of greatness are upon us.
Yeah.
All right? The borders of greatness are open with that volcanic eruption.
Now, I just want to add... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I just want to add, like, going on what Larry's saying is because especially even how Wano was hyped up. This special country that not even the world government could, like, they don't even mess with or they can't get in their thing, right? So they hype it up Wano with the samurai, the swordsmen, the warriors there. They're top notch. They're on a different level. But then you have one Yonko just submission them by himself. You know? He stands above them, like keeping them in place. So what... I'm not saying that Kaido's strong in the entire world government, but like what the world government was scared to do, Kaido did. So that goes even heights up even Kaido even more because he did it alone with his overwhelming power and strength. You know? So that's why I'm saying like Kaido, especially going out this way, why it's not satisfying because like how much he was hyped, especially this country Wano. Even though I expect the samurais to be a little stronger, I'm not gonna lie. I have all of them. Like we had one like Odin, especially with Odin, but then Kaido was stronger than that, and then power. It's like what we believe to be where Kaido's supposed to be at. We can't have him end this way. Like it's hard to accept.
Listen, I think that Wano was supposed to be the second most important arc in all of the series.
Yeah,
straight up, it was supposed to be the second most important, but also the best.
Yes.
Arc in the series, the second best. I think the first best will go to the ending of whatever Oda's gonna have for us. But seriously, bro, like anyway, let's do calls. Everybody, if you're in the chat, please like the video. Don't forget to comment, and also if you're not a member, become one.
Knock them out.
Calls in the chat, y'all. Please call in. We'd love to hear what you guys got to say.
Yeah, Wano's hyped too much.
Yeah, Wano was hyped too much, man.
Let it finish first.
Nah.
Y'all gotta let it finish first. I still believe.
I'm glad that me and Lawrence agree on this one.
Gotta let it finish first.
Yo, if Wano was more like Gameron, like just the warriors, yo. Gameron was dope. But if Wano was like Gameron, they would have hit different.
Bro, Larry, you don't. Oh, never mind. We gotta go.
Welcome. Thank you for calling. This is Larry from that One Piece Talk. How can I help you?
Are you a McDonald's, sir?
My name is Jaime from the chat.
Hey, what's up, Jamie?
What's up, Jamie?
How are you?
The one with the Alex Jones balls? That one?
I'm excited, man. I have a question. I have a question. My question is, does Luffy have any character development? Because the way people answer this question is people usually say like yes, but it's really subtle, or they're like no because he doesn't need any, or they're like no because he's a trash character. I honestly don't know the answer, so I'm asking you guys.
Which one of y'all want to take it? I can take it.
Yeah.
I'll take a very small snippet of it. I thought he had a lot of development as a character pre-time skip because he actually lost. Post-time skip is more about him overcoming great foes. So we don't get to have that interaction. You know how I always say, like, when they're on the ship, there's a lot of, like, character development just because they're interacting with each other. Well, we haven't really had any of that. Like, we haven't had, like, a Nami moment, you know, in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
where he puts the hat on Nami's head, you know. I'm gonna go save this for you.
Yeah.
I don't know, but go sub.
Yeah, and this is a great question.
It is.
I hear this a lot, actually, more often than I thought I would. But basically, Luffy's character development is to grow into being a leader and then a king. So like pre-time skip, it was growing into a better leader. That's what his character development was. Like he needed to learn how to do that. Enies Lobby did a great job in pushing him in that direction. And the loss of Ace was able to turn him into a better, a smarter character to understand his own limitations, and that he was too weak to be as reckless as he was. So like, in the sense that he didn't grow, he needed to be strong enough to stay as he was as a reckless character. So like, I get why people see it as he didn't grow as a character, but he still developed as a leader over the time skip. Post time skip is about Luffy growing as a king, like turning him from a leader and a captain to a king, which is why now you see him being an example of leadership to Momo. You know what I mean? Like him being a conqueror, him having conquerors on his crew with Zoro and potentially Yamato, and you know what I mean? Like he's actively a conqueror now. Like he's fighting against Yonkos and stuff. Like he's developing in those areas where he's able to dominate. But as far as like his character development, it's definitely there. It is subtle, but it's also in your face. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's a clear difference between Luffy after Enies Lobby and how he is as a captain than like what he was before that arc, to me anyway.
Yeah, it was like
you can,
Nami and Zoro sharing the captain title.
Like Larry used to joke all the time, like, yo, Luffy's not even really the captain. Like, it's Nami. And then like, this was all before Enies Lobby. After that, he wasn't making those jokes anymore because Luffy was making captain decisions. So like, to me, the development, it hasn't necessarily been subtle, but it hasn't been like a key focal point of like what they're saying out loud in the series. You know what I mean? Like they don't say, yo, Luffy's a shit captain. Like they don't say that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like it's not a development in that way where they have to speak on it. It's underneath, it's tonal, it's within the pages. It's just not said directly to you like that. But Lo, you have anything for it?
Yeah, just to and a little bit of what you're saying is also because it's run differently. I think there was a video on it too, is where Luffy doesn't. Yes, he's young, but he's not. He's a young man, so he's not like a child in a way, growing to learn how to be an adult. Like I said, he's a young man trying to learn responsibility in a way that make his crew survive and achieve their goals.
Right.
You know, so like I said, that's where the leader aspect comes in. So he's growing as to become a better leader, and also what it takes to, like, for example, to achieve your goals and also protect it. Because in One Piece, Luffy's learning what it takes to, like, as in if you want something, even protecting others. Like we saw in the sea. On
The world?
the Fishman Island.
Fishman Island.
Fishman Island.
Yo, that
right?
was so hard, bro.
Yeah, I couldn't think of it. I could not think of it at all. But anyway, Fishman Island, right? Even protecting the princess, right?
Shirahoshi.
He became her shield in a way. Yeah. And usually, like, what kings represent, too, in a way, like you said, if you want anything, you have to protect your kingdom, right? So if you're going to be, like, because there's one aspect, leader is, like, just your group. But if you're going to be king, you have to protect your territory. You have to protect your kingdom, right? Or if you can't protect your kingdom, you're not going to be a good king. You're going to lose it all. So Luffy's learning all of this, what it means to be king. You know, even in that same Fisherman Island, when someone else mentioned being pirate king,
yeah,
Luffy took a stand against that, which we didn't see him take a stand before that. Right? We just no, I'm going to be it. But this one, post time sync when Horty just said it. Not even Pirate King. He just mentioned King of the World. Luffy responded in a way like there's only one King of the Sea, and that's me. Like I'm fighting for that title. No one else could have this. So there is character growth in Luffy, and like I said, some of it is subtle, and some of this you have to look at it because of the decisions that Luffy make that not only just affect him, because Luffy's also making decisions that affect everybody. Like even now, what we just saw, he's fighting Kaido. He just said it. He's not just fighting for himself.
Right.
All his friends to eat whatever they want. That's not a selfish desire. So we've seen that Luffy's not just fighting for himself. So there is growth in him that maybe people are not seeing right away. You know. So I'll say about that.
But yeah, that was a great question, man. We got to take another call, but we really do appreciate it. Jamie.
Thanks for having me, man.
I hope you answer. Yeah.
We did also get a $5 super chat from Kevin Salinas. It says, y'all know who else would survive a volcano? Marco the mother. And that's facts, Kevin.
Hey, he has a limit on how much he can heal.
That's facts.
He has a limit.
Thank you for calling. This is that One Piece Talk. Larry speaking. How can I help you?
What's up with
Do y'all really think that Orochi is dead? Because I personally feel like they're just going to capture him, put him in a cell inside of Wano somewhere, and let like the people pretty much treat him how they treated Odin. Know what I mean?
He alive to me, bro.
I'm about to say, I don't think he's dead.
Yeah, I don't think he's
refuse to believe
dead.
He needs to be dead. They should. Because like I think how like they're warriors and they're all about like risking their life and killing like their bonus species to end their suffering. They're not about. I don't think they're about that imprisonment. So I think they would want to kill Orochi. They wouldn't want to put him in prison. So I think if he's not dead already, they're going to. If they find out he's alive, they're going to kill him. Like because also the way they treat Orochi is not like a real threat. They treat him with disrespect. When you see all the scabbards to him, they immediately chopped off his head. It's like, yo, get out the way. You know, we have bigger, important things.
So I think it comes down to two things with Orochi. Do y'all think he's been punished enough? And I think most people would say the answer is no to that. And two, does anybody die in One Piece? Like, is Orochi really dead? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
No, but I feel like the
what's up?
citizens need to torture him too now, since they were tortured by him.
Damn.
No, I get that's what I'm saying. Has he been punished enough? Now, that's dark, but like he has a point. He does.
But I'm thinking, will that add to their peace and their sense of security?
Borderline sadism, bro.
Yeah, it's like they need to be free from all of this. You keeping the person from your suffering and then making him suffer, that's not going to add to your peace, or that's not going to liberate you. You know, that you're still holding on to the resentment.
The Kurozumi need to come back anyway, man. Y'all trying to commit genocide out here. Y'all trying to have an extinction level event happen to the Kurozumi clan.
Yo.
Bring the Kurozumi back.
Maybe they need it, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I need.
Give Orochi redemption.
We do have BetterHelp as a sponsor that you guys could link up with.
You think he's been punished enough? You're the one who's
Listen, man, that's not
for how much damage he's done to the people.
That is not my choice.
I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, man.
I think death ends it all, man.
Thank you for the question, though, bro. How about you? What did you think?
He said, nah, he's not alive.
Nah, he's not dead, right?
Nah, he's not done.
Yeah, I agree. All right,
But like I said, keep up the work, guys.
I appreciate
Hey, man.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate
Thank you so much.
No problem. Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
We got time for one more caller, I think.
Yeah. Do one more.
Trick saying that Orochi's been punished enough. Them instant head decapitations, man.
Talking about probably the burning.
The burning was a lot. The burning was a lot.
But he don't think Kaido wasn't punished enough. Yo, Trick be wildin', bro.
Trick, he keep it real, man. He keep it off the cuff.
Yeah,
No more callers, Marv?
Cool.
All right.
Yeah,
Yo,
it's so
Par, what
wild.
up, man? Par in the chat talking
Yeah,
about.
shout out to Par, man.
Y'all make sure y'all like the stream for those of you who haven't yet.
Yeah, please do.
And
Appreciate you. I hope you guys like the new starting stream, too.
yeah.
I actually was watching one of Parvision's videos, and I noticed that he had a intro that was very cool. And I said, why does our intro suck? I was like, we have an intro video before the show starts. But I was like, nah, we need to have a starting stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know I'd be dope. But to be honest, that comes from all the donations. Like literally, like all the money that you guys send, like it's literally just to make the streams better. Like, you got to do that. Like, if you don't invest into the product, then why are you doing it?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I look at it. So,
That's facts.
you know what I'm saying?
That's facts.
I'm so surprised there's no more calls, man.
Ooh, we got another super chat. It's from Lucas Nunez, but there's no words. It's just a
Hold on, hold
super
on.
chat.
Lucas, you donated already, though.
He didn't
What are you
say
doing?
anything then either.
He didn't say anything then
He
either?
got the emoji.
So you just donated for no reason?
He wants to see
Appreciate
me
you,
do
bro.
the dance, bro.
He wants to see you do the
Appreciate
dance.
Damn, I just realized I'm doing a little dance for some change. Like, nah. I didn't mean to call it change. That's disrespectful. But
You
I feel weird now.
You Odin, bro.
I feel crazy.
Yeah, you gotta do it naked, bro.
I feel.
You gotta start crying and shit. This is what you want?
Oh, man. Oh, Lucas was the one who called.
Oh!
He didn't say his name.
Thank you, Lucas, for a donation.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man. Sheesh. Yo, when do we have next break week? Do you know?
Soon. You know how.
Yo,
it is.
if you guys haven't watched Hidden Islands, the end of One Piece is sooner than you think video, please do that. That video actually gives you a very great idea of when One Piece will end.
Yeah.
And his deciding factor was what, 2026? And
About
it'll end
2026.
around 1,200 chapters?
Yo,
Like between 1,250 or 1,220?
yo, I love Hidden. For the first time, I disagree with him, bro.
Yeah, I disagree
For
with
the
him too.
first time ever, but he's so right. It's so accurate, though. It
Yeah.
seems accurate.
Well, guys, it is the end of the hour. I just want to say thank you to everybody that's in the chat. You guys are so lovable, man. Thank you for loving us. If you haven't liked the video, please do. If you haven't checked out some of Parvision stuff, please do as well. And Hidden's video as well. If you need us, Discord's in the link. Everything's in the description of the video. But thank you. This is That One Piece Talk. My name is Larry.
Lawrence.
Sam.
Jana!